Hello everybody and welcome back to Atelier Meruru. Last video we took care of a few of our development quests. We were able to get some development points and we are dangerously close to a rank up. So off screen I changed my party. You can see that I've swapped Gino for Mimi. I think we've seen enough of Gino in this game and I just felt really empty and lonely without Mimi. We really haven't seen her in a while, so I thought I'd bring her back for a little while, and we're gonna keep Sturk because we really haven't had a chance to use him a whole lot, and I think he's a really fun character to use. So we're gonna go back on the world map soon-ish, and we'll see how those two work together. I did a little bit of work on the Modus Ruins development. I went ahead and I made my dried meat. I had to make 5 of them. It was fairly easy to make the grade B or above, so we're gonna go and deliver those. We have the other delivery to make some settlers capes. However, I'm just going to buy them. It's a lot cheaper to buy them than to make them. In order to make one cape, you need 2 muff cots. So you would need to make a bunch of material, make sure it's the right grade, spend all the time making it, and then take it to haggle and pay for it. And I frankly don't think that's worth it. So we're going to pick those up. Those are very, very easy to get. I am going to have to pick up 6 of them though, because the ones you buy from haggle are actually a C rank item. And the last thing that I need is a balloon tent, which I unfortunately at this time actually cannot make. I did a little bit of preparation. I went ahead and I made some alchemy steel, which took up quite a bit of time because I had to make a bunch of ingots for it. The only thing that I need right now is the invisible bag. And I've actually sent my Hom over to the area where he's going to be able to get that for me. So hopefully within a few days I'll be able to deliver all of this stuff. And it's probably better that I deliver it all at once. So I will probably hold off going there for a little while. However, there's still a ton of stuff we have to do. I have to go check my mailbox. I have some more requests, as you can see. We'll need to go visit Rufus to deliver those letters in our mailbox. There's a new bulletin to read, and there's probably also some new requests to do at the tavern, so let's get going. I know we spend a lot of time in Arls, but lots of stuff is getting done here, so this is another monster hunting request. Some kind of half-bird, half-beast monster squatting on the bridge over the pass. Which sounds a little bit concerning. We should maybe go and see what that's all about. And unfortunately, that's our only letter. So we'll have to wait for a few more to come in and come our way. I got interrupted by a little cutscene there, as you saw, so we're going to add that to our memo book, and we will be keeping that in mind for a little bit later. But for now, let's visit the tavern. Let's talk to Philly. I've made a Danish for Lias, going to get a little bit of money for that. And I'm not sure what they have available today. The usual requests, you know, the noose, which we've been seeing since day 1. Deliver some mushrooms, a couple things here and there. It's really nice because these are all items I don't really use. I've got a lot of noose, but I don't particularly use it, you know, kind of that sort of thing, so that's kind of nice. And I have a couple of higher level requests as well that I can deliver for payment, so that's nice. It's nice to get a little bit of extra money, especially since I'm gonna have to go and spend money on those capes. since they'll be a little bit pricey. Let's take a look at the bulletin. And here we go. We have the news of the flying dragon, which I'm sure is very impressive to most average people. So that seems to be the big news, is just that I am a complete dragon destroyer of awesomeness. And of course that I have tons of money because of all the planning I've done with building the factory, doing requests. It's not my fault that I'm rich. I'm a princess. I mean, you know, what do they expect? But other than that, the Gossip Quarterly looks pretty good. Can't complain, mostly good news, better than some stuff that gets put in the paper. Before we go to Rufus, let's go to Haggle. And I'm just going to buy my capes that I'm going to need for that request while I'm here. This is something you can buy from him, I think, pretty much from the start of the game. I think it's one of the first items that he has. I did make a mistake. There were 350. I thought that they were worth 600. The only unfortunate thing is that I only am able to buy 3 at a time. However, that's not really a big deal to me because I still have to wait a little bit for my hom to grab the materials so that I'm able to make that balloon tent. Okay, so we can give Rufus our letter, and maybe we can find out a bit about Hannah's advice as well. Because we do want to develop the area around the volcano as much as Rufus doesn't want that. So that might be something to do in the future. Let's just deliver our letter for now. The Blue Pass Settler's request. And let's get this one all drawn up. This is to defeat the Penguin Monk for 20 points. And I frankly found this one pretty easy my first time through, so that's definitely something that we will do on the way to the Modus Ruins when we are in that area. A couple of buildings finished being constructed off screen as well. And I have 160 points, so I actually have quite a few to spend. And I do believe in the last video I said that I was going to work towards getting the archives, just because they're a pretty good choice in terms of building right now. So I think that I will purchase the material archive and we will start on that for now, and then continue to save up our points for next time. There's something I want to ask you, Rufus. What is it? I'm sure I can help as long as it's not some absurd, nonsensical question. Man, you're so mean to me. Anyway, it's about my job. You know that abandoned land around Mount Velis? Do you think we could use that somehow? So that area finally caught your eye, huh? Very good. At one point, Lord Dessier also had plans to develop that area. They did begin the project, but due to dangerous volcanic activity, it had to be stopped. Oh, so that's why there's nothing there. But there hasn't been any volcanic activity recently, so now might be a good time to resume development. So here it is, we've talked to Rufus about the area around Mount Velis. Thank you, Hannah. We're going to be transforming Uvul, which is the area around the volcano, hopefully so that people can live in it. You should begin by preparing the land, lay down roads, and plow the soil to get it ready for crops. You got it, boss. I'll get started on that right away. And we are now able to visit Uvul. Hope you guys enjoyed my super corny Meruru impression. That pains me. Either way, I think it automatically actually gets added. So we have the first part of the Uvul development. And we actually have quite a few difficult requests here. Some of these are very high quality items that require a lot of time or ingredients to make. So we have to deliver 3 Nimbus stones if they're at B or above, 6 if they are not, 1 to 2 suction bags with an overall grade of A or above, and we have to deliver rich soil as well. I've done a little bit of pre-planning for this, but not much. I should be able to make the soil right away, but the suction bag is probably the harder item to make out of these 3. And the Nimbus stones are just a number of actually having the ingredients to make them. So These ones are a little more difficult to make, however, I think I should be able to do this in a relatively quick amount of time, or, you know, so I hope. That's pretty much it in terms of what I wanted to do in the video, so let's go back to the workshop. And I guess since we were just given that request, I can take a look at a few of the things that we actually need to make them, and I can probably get started on making them and have them ready within the next few videos to deliver. Now is the point in the game where it's really crunch time. You really want to get as much accomplished as you possibly can so that you can see all of the game, pretty much. You want to be able to make sure that you can get all of it, or most of it, completed anyways. So here we've got the Nimbus Stones. It's great because I've already got one, and I actually have the ability to make 4 of them. So assuming that I can make them at a B quality level or better, I should actually be able to deliver these right away, which is quite nice. The rich soil I also do believe I can make. Like I said, I did a little bit advanced planning. I went ahead and had a bunch of tonics made because they're a huge pain in the butt. I had my Hom go and collect a bunch of fertilizer not too long ago as well, and fuel dirt I can buy. Unfortunately, I can buy it only at level C if I'm that desperate for it. Otherwise, I can go and gather it if I really need it. And let's just take a look at the last item on our list. So the Nimbus Stones are pretty much a check. The rich soil is pretty much a check as well. As for the suction bag, we're going to need a wind controller, alchemy steel, and some sort of cloth. Now the problem with this recipe is that the alchemy steel is incredibly time consuming to make. I think I actually mentioned this in the beginning of the video, because I also need this for a request I'm doing currently, and the wind controller also takes quite a few ingredients to make. So a few of you might be stuck on making the suction bag. It might take a little while, but just be patient and just gather the ingredients that you need ahead of time, or work on gathering them, or have your Homs gather them, or whatever it is that you need in order to get this created. I guess I can start by creating some rich soil. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can make it an A rank item. Because if it is A rank, I only have to make 1, which is fantastic. However, I don't think that's going to be the case. It looks like my stuff isn't high quality enough. So let's just go ahead and let's create 2 of them. No harm, no foul, really, in my book. Because like I said, really, I prepared ahead of time. If I had to make high quality tonics and take all the time to make tonics, I might be a little bit mad because they're one of the most pain in the arse items to make, in my opinion. And you also get a lot of experience for creating high quality items like soils and stuff that we're going to be seeing from this point on in the game. And then while we're here, just for fun, let's go ahead and let's make the Nimbus Stones. I'm only going to make 2 of them. I'm going to check in my container what the other quality is, and if it's lower, then I'll just make another one, but I could always do that off screen because I'm sure this is not the most riveting gameplay, which is why I generally save all of the alchemy for off screen, but sometimes it's nice to see what exactly you need to make all of these things, because I know that's such a huge part of the game that I often miss. Either way, it looks like we've created 2 with the B quality, and all we need is 1 more. I'm now level 40 alchemy level, which is fantastic. And I think that is going to about wrap things up. At level 40, I'm going to be able to make spirit stones, elixirs, a warp gate. Oh my god, thank goodness I can make a warp gate. An angel charm, a mythical ring. Oh, things just got a whole lot better. I will try and make a warp gate off screen so I can show you guys how absolutely amazing it is. And hopefully when we return, we will be able to go and fulfill our princess duties by going out and delivering some items. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you next time.